Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel, and as you can see here, I have received the final, I guess the final version. I had ordered previously the, I guess what I would consider the sample. They didn't, but I just ordered one and got the prototype is what I would call it. And that gave me a chance to work with my deck and just see if there's anything I wanted to tweak. And I'm actually really glad that I did. I don't have one in front of me, but they were originally a little bit different back. Originally it was blue and black with the moon here, and it was more of a blue and black cloud. I actually replaced that with this newest edition. If you can see here, and I haven't opened them yet, so you're going to see a shine. They are not glossy, but they're actually what they call premium smooth. It is not a gloss, but it's also not a true matte either. But as you can see, hopefully, it's been a bad lighting to try to even take pictures since I got it. But they arrived today, and it is the edition that has a complete 54 cards. Originally it did not. It had 44, and when I went back and was using it, 10 more cards came through. So I'm really excited about this. I actually took it out of the box, and I just unwrapped one deck. These are for inventory. I have a few more. A few that are they're actually already sold that are going out. Hopefully by this weekend. I'm waiting for new packaging to actually come in. I previously had ordered one packaging, and then I again kind of played with it and I just decided on something a little bit different than I had wanted previously. So I changed my mind on that. But I think it's for all of this is like an improvement and exactly how it's supposed to be. So with that being said, I did just take them out of the box. I got them today. They were delayed for, I'll just leave those here. They were delayed for weather reasons. The weather that we had a while back with all the ice storms and whatnot held them back. And of course, any issues with the pandemic, of course, I'm sure played a role in that as well. But they're here now, and that's the important part. So what I'm going to do is just do a quick flip through. I'm not really going to do any explanations. I really just wanted to show off the deck. I'm really proud of it. So I will just say what the name of the card is and then kind of move along. If you've seen my previous videos, you know the background to how these came about and the story behind the Holler Moon Mountain Oracle. If you haven't watched that video, I will put a link down below so that you can get a little bit of background on that. So with all that, I'm going to just do a quick flip through. So flip through my deck with me. So first one I have here is the Holler, which is exactly where I live. My address is a Holler. And all these pictures, of course, were taken, and we'll turn those over, keep them in order for now, were taken within just a few miles of here or in my Holler, the moon, and they all were taken by me. This was actually taken over the mountain as the full moon. I believe it was the strawberry moon or the blue moon. I can't remember. It was one or the other. But as it was coming over the mountain behind our house. So we have mountain. And like I said, they all were taken by me over a few year period. And we have reflect. Now I will say that this is the only one that was not taken in Tennessee. And I've went through that story before. As to why this was included in the deck, and if you would like to hear more about it, like I said, I'm going to put a description below, and there will be more videos going through the deck in the future. I plan on doing some more videos around maybe a few cards at a time and the stories behind them. View. This one was actually taken out at Cades Cove. If you're not familiar with it, I highly suggest you look it up. This is Calling. Felt very lucky to get a picture of this guy here. I don't know anyone that's ever tried to actually get a raven or a crow in a picture. This is actually a Tennessee raven. It's very blue and purpley in the color version. But they don't like to sit still for very long. I don't think they like their pictures being made. This one was also took out at Cades Cove, and you can see where I captured like the sunlight coming across the chapel there. I wish I could remember the age on this, but again, I'm going to go through a couple of these cards at a time, I think, in some future videos. This is Rest, which is actually out there where those old oak trees are some graves that were they don't have headstones, they just have marker stones. Trust. This is one of my favorite. It's absolutely gorgeous in color, and I've actually I think I'm going to end up putting, maybe, don't hold me to it, but a colored special edition version of this eventually, because I do have colored versions. That is the only filtering process that these have gone through. Some of them were originally, I took a black and white version and then a color version, and then some of them were just originally just black and white. But I'm thinking of doing a deck similar to this one, or a special edition of this one. I can't make up my mind. We have Opening, which I hope my camera is doing the details of these photographs justice. I actually have a blown up version of, I think it's this one, and I could see what looked like a face in that window when I zoomed in. I have Illusion, which is in our one of our downtown main streets where I live. Well, it's the town next to me. We don't actually have a town or barbershop. Home. Also took in Cades Cove. A lot of these were. Emotions. I like this one. I don't know if anybody's ever heard the, I'm sure they have, but around here it's pretty popular. It's like Stirring the Pot, which is stirring people's emotions and stirring up the situation. It's an old kettle that sits inside a storage area in Cades Cove, a storage building tradition, which this is my own cast iron pot that I cook a large, we cook all kinds of soups and chilies, but this is my vegetable soup. Boundaries. And this is actually one of the boundary signs from the Smoky Mountain National Park here, and it's just down the street, not even a mile from my house. Actually, the park is actually across the creek in my yard, is part of the park boundary, but that particular picture was just about a mile down the road. And Welcome. I hope you can get that, but there's a door, there are 2 doors, I think, open through there, and this is an old, I think it's about 100 years old, Elkmont. It's an old town, I guess you would call it. It's not really a tourist town, but it was a vacation town at one point where families used to come on vacation. This is Visit. Beautiful red bird in color, but in black and white. I love his eyes and just the details of the feathers, or her eyes, I should say. That was a she. Bridges. And I and my family, we this is actually a picture of my daughter. It was the one, actually there's only person in this deck is her. And this is Time. And this was taken at the very, very end of summer one year. And I just saw her sitting there, and her shadow was so much bigger than her, and there was nobody left at the pool. And my thought was just around how precious time was and how fast she was growing up. We have friendship. You can barely see my mountain back there between. I took all the moon shots, all the photographs in this deck. We have Rage. Steps. Again, these are steps inside of I guess they're around 200 years old. I'll have to look when I do another video on the kind of the history surrounding these images for you. Tranquil, which is a deer in my yard. It's actually a family that comes through. We've always had a family here that come through our yard every year since we've lived here. We have Past. Another in that town. It's called Daisy Town in Egmont. You can look it up. But I love going there. They have a lot of things. They're redoing them now to save them from, going, being lost. But that one was taken a couple of years ago, and I got some pictures before. I think that stove is actually still in there, but they've locked off a lot of areas like the bathrooms and whatnot, so you can't actually go in there and take photographs. We have Magic. Observe. Also, another one I love, this one's eyes. It was like looking directly at me when I was taking its photograph. Seasoned. A lot of you might recognize this. This is my cast iron skillet I make cornbread in. But foundation. Also, the foundation of a 200-year-old cabin. We have the Death card. Community. Ancestors. Also a very old cemetery just down from our house. We have Wish. I love this card. I remember crouching down on the ground to take this photograph. Beautiful day. Closed. Sacred. Choices. Beautiful spider web. Cleansing. We have Preserve, which was not in the original. This is an old canning jar. I'm not even going to tell you what's in it. We'll leave that a mystery. We have Duality. I love this. This is one of the ones that one maybe wanted me to include a color one, because in the color one, and I may do some prints to go with this that will be available, there's actually some blues that come through the window. It was a sunny day. It was some golds and blues, and it was so beautiful. But I loved this image, and I love how it came out in black and white. But the color one is also very beautiful because you don't get a lot of colors with it because of the lighting. But the colors that you do get with the blues that come from these really thick old windows, I remember taking them, and just the way the light came through with them is beautiful. We have Signs, Strength, Rise. And if those of you that don't know or hadn't followed me I am on Instagram and Facebook under Holler Moon Mountain. This is an old bridge, and just a few miles, maybe about 8 miles down the road, but there's a bridge that has locks on it, and people go and leave them that cross over the river. It's like an old suspension bridge. Not gonna lie, kind of scary to cross. We have Gift. That's also my Aura Mountain here. Flowers I took. Oh. Balance. Love this little guy. We have melancholy, love, structure. And you're seeing these live. The new ones, this is another one that was new. So you're seeing these live as I look at them myself, because this is the first time I'm seeing the ones that were added. I didn't point out each and every one, but the 10 that I was added, so I had no idea how they were going to come across in card form. So this was a last minute entry, debating on whether or not, but this is the old courthouse clock in on into town. But those of you who are not familiar with me, these are tomato seeds. I am raised here in East Tennessee, the foot of the Appalachian Mountains. All these images are coming from there. This is Vale. I loved this one. Loved how the sun was coming down, and just this. To me, there was like a spirit coming through this tree, and I absolutely adore this photograph. And then lastly, we have shadow. So I'm going to end this quickly. I was trying to make it really quick. This wasn't supposed to be an in-depth review or anything for the deck. It was just merely I wanted to do a not live, but videotape a walkthrough as I opened it, and just let you kind of see my kind of reaction. I'm really excited about how the quality of these turned out. I was very nervous. I was nervous the first time when I did the prototype, and it came out beautiful, and I really didn't doubt that these would be any different, but they were delayed, which brought me a little bit more anxiety, worrying about whether or not they would be here on time or not, because I do have them for sale on my Etsy shop, which you can find just by putting in the search on Etsy, Holler Moon Mountain Oracle, and Back in the Holler is the name of my shop. I also have a website, but when you click on anything for buying it, it will take you to my Etsy store as well. So, but you can take a look there at Holler Moon Mountain. You can contact me through Instagram at Holler Moon Mountain. Also through my Facebook page as well, which is also Holler Moon Mountain. I feel redundant saying that. I'm terrible at self-promotion, but I realize it's necessary. But yeah, I'm really excited about these. They really touch something deep inside of me when these started coming together. They were never it was never their purpose to begin with, these images. They just kind of came to me, and one day I was looking at them and I was like, oh my gosh, they go together, and they really resonate with one another and kind of tell a story. And I just wanted to share a little bit more about the area that I'm from, and the soul and the spirit of where we live at, and our little brand of magic that comes out of the Appalachian Mountains, and what I see every day. So I've rambled enough. I hope y'all have enjoyed it. Again, if you would like to purchase a deck, I did only get a small batch this time. I'm going to, anytime I sell a deck, it goes back into being able to buy more. This is totally like self-funded, self-published. It's all me, created by me. There is a PDF guidebook that you'll receive when you order it. I didn't do the regular paper guidebook. One, I was just trying not to be too wasteful. Two, I really enjoy my PDFs that I always have on hand. You can put them on your computer. You can put them on your phone. I got one when I bought the Oracle of Echoes. Another one that I bought was from Deviant Moon. It came in PDF form, and you can print them out yourself as well. If you desired like a paper form, you can print them out. I printed actually me one to keep just off my printer. So hopefully everyone will be okay with that. They will come in I wish you could see like the details of my camera. Maybe it is picking it up. It's kind of a face right there. But they do come with a little carry-in pouch and a little special, little extra something, little knick-knack, not a knick-knack, but an extra special little gift from the mountains will also be inside the little bag. And a special thank you note. But anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. I hope you've enjoyed this little walkthrough. I will be back to do a little bit more in the future. And thank you for watching. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. Talk to you later. Bye, y'all.